All right. Welcome back to my expanded divine panel of the Infinite Eight to divinely intervene as needed for my highest good. All right. I've been feeling a little weird in the past few hours. And kind of a little bit on and off today. So I don't know if it's a third eye thing or if it's a like a download thing or what. But I do have to say, like a couple nights ago, I did get I did have a dream about this was excuse me, whoa damn. Whoa damn. Yeah, I had a dream. Was it before or after like the fairy thing? The mosquito thing? Before? After? I don't know. It was like consecutive. So it was, but within different days. And so this dream was like, I think I was like at some kind of headquarters kind of thing, and it was a specialized thing, but it was so like open space that there was like a little confusion, incoherence to stabilizing, because I don't think there was any particular orientation, but I was fixated in doing my cards. um and what do I say about that? And it was weird because a few like a couple yards away was another like two ladies. I don't know, they were probably younger than I am, just a bit, like in their 30s maybe. And they were doing card readings, but they were issued um to check the energy or the validity, like read cards on somebody, a new inductee. And I thought that was weird because that's what I think I was supposed to be doing. However, I was not let in on it. I was like almost like treated like I was building blocks type of, like almost like super entry level, but I know how good I am. And the impression that I got was that it was kind of like the show ups that I used to go to or do, like another vendor. But they're this particular one was like um colleague jealousy, like I'll protect you if you protect me type of energy. This is our gatekeeping arena. And so I wasn't like involved in it. It was so strange. I'm like, why am I tuned into this? Am I supposed to be there and I'm not let in because of some gatekeeping bullshit? Anyway, weird. Mm. I thought I'd mention it. There were other dreams also that I had like a week ago. I just jotted them down. So I forgot about mentioning them. If I have time I'll mention them, but here, what are their consequences? Like I noticed that there's some crazy shit going on, and well, the 10th has now already passed, so now I have not just my property, I have all these dues, but now I also have a penalty fee on my property tax, and I have no idea what that is. I have no fucking clue. So first I titled it as what are my consequences? What are the consequences that I'm facing? And I check the energy and they're like, absolutely not, Tina. We're not going to assume faults after all the hard work and belief that you put into like your emotions and um um and your patience. And so I don't know if I'm supposed to, I don't know what the next steps are, but like I was told to ask what their consequences are. Yeah. I find comfort in that. I just I'm not used to doing readings that are like, oh, what's their karma? But I hear through the grapevine of other psychics that it's the Reaper has come through, has made their way through and known and are collecting. And so like I don't know what that means for me. Like I seriously thought something was going to happen before the 10th of this month. so that I could put, the rest of the year at ease and work on some things. And so I was looking back on my playlist. I looked at the um descriptions of them. I'm like, oh my God, this was done in what, 2022? Started in 2022. My mindset was in a whole different place. Like, I was seriously reaching for, so much happiness. And I got there, but I think it was kind of, when I look back on it, it's kind of unrelatable. Like, I'm different. And I've improved. And I don't believe I was a shithead back then, but um it's almost like I had to create a safe space for myself where I would always include myself. I was always self inclusive whenever I was going through this or that. And so, um, I look at myself with compassion, but I also know that I've come a long way. So I'm surprised to see these cards, these energy cards come through. It's the Ace of Cups on the left side, and then on the right side, Three of Wands. So it's like, instead of saying like, here, Spirit, hold my drink, I am being served a freaking cup, the first cup, for servings. And it's just like, here, sit and chill for a second, because your ships are like, yeah, it's just sit and chill, like sitting on the dock of the bay, but it's not wasting time. It's it's knowing that the plans are following through accordingly. Mm-hmm. 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 Mm. I should have gotten an orange too. I'll get it later tonight. Okay. So those are the energy cards. Header cards from here. I guess we'll go with this. Yeah. Okay. Doop. 3, 2, 1, cheese. What is it? Page of Pentacles in reverse and the Queen of Cups in reversal. Okay. Okay, what are their consequences? Okay. So, part of like the mutual karma here, is that these energies that tried to put me to shame or tried to create like stories that supported their own alibis and their interactions with me, um I get to see what's going on with them. I get to be, I get to have my popcorn ready and just chill and somewhat be amused, without having to say I told you so. The divine is going to show me that we did in fact say I told you so. But just seeing it like from like an objective stance. The other part is they get to see me rise, me and my divine collective. And so here we go. Page of Pentacles in reverse. What are their consequences? Recipient side is uninterrupted investments in received. Oh my gosh, for sure. Yeah. That's weird. Okay, so the weird thing is like I've also heard through my fellow ambitious like psychics, like, oh, you got to make the first move, you got to do this, you got to start, you got to build up this arena, and then blah blah blah. And it's like, dude, I appreciate your enthusiasm, but I don't need a marketing game plan right here, right now. That's not how I am structured. I have invested so much already, and it's time for me to receive, to get my return before I invest any more than what I'm doing now. That's how I'm called to do it, which means that if somebody like I don't have my website like published just yet, because it's kind of something that I have to tiptoe towards, and something that I have to pay extra out of pocket. And so if somebody asks me or like compliments me on my jewelry, or asks, whatever, how do I get this? How do I get that? How do we be in touch? Um, I'm working on the bare bones approach, which like I offer those services for sure. Um, I do have sample like markings on whatever. Just reach out to me, DM me, email me, okay? And so we'll work from there. Um, and so because I haven't received any contacts either through DMs or emails, I figured, what's the fucking rush? This is just as though as the last time I made movement to create a PO box and have backup resources so that I could teach or have giveaways or something like that. And and I was just kind of like, I'm not dooming myself into a box of failures, but at the same time, I have to be smart about my resources. So, if someone is really that serious and interested in me, then they will fucking understand. But having that extra like button to push of e-commerce, um it's just I I would rather spend that on like a tabletop tree, you know what I mean? Or something. But I've like I said, I've done nearly 20 show ups, and so that's where I'm at. I'm at the part where I receive, and that's what it's showing me here. This is where I receive their inputs from me. You can't even see. You can't even see me. um. Mm, 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 mm. I All right, we at least ran 10 minutes through the way without having to kick someone out, but had to. I no longer am curious as to why someone would say something negative about me. If they want to embellish, then great. Otherwise, it's just rage bait. Mm-hmm. All right. Mm-hmm. All right. Okay, where's the cards? Here we go. All right, so on the doing side, what's their consequence? Queen of Cups in reverse. We talked about that. Someone who is this internal? External. Okay. We get to see people fall from their tower moments. People who were highly insecure, but they have means to be confident. They just decided not to be, I guess. They decided to indulge in their insecurities and other people's projections from yesteryears ago. And at some point, you can't, you have to take responsibility. So even if you were troubled and abused as a child, like you can't play that game forever. Okay? And so, when you are well into adulthood, decades into adulthood, there's no excuse. And so these are energies that we get to see fall. Oh my freaking god. That's where I'm at right now. Okay. So here, Justice in reverse, 7 of Wands in reverse, and 10 of Cups. Okay. So here it's the fulfillment of seeing justice play out in a way that like it humbles others. It's humbling those that have gone to a out of their way to make it personal, to make these injustices personal. And so it's not just like a one-off circumstance like, okay, I got it out of my system, now I can move on, I had the last laugh. No, it's on and on and on and on. And so this is the justice system handling those energies, humbling them, like pinning them down. No, you don't have the upper hand. That kind of energy. So who's that? Mm-hmm. This is correct, for sure. Mm-hmm. Absolutely on point. 5 of Pentacles in reverse. So what's coming along, this is also on point. The frequency, the content, the context in which it is relayed. Justice is on the mark. For sure. Watch slides. What do you mean? So what's their consequences? I'm so involved in my own business, in my own growth, that I'm not really looking their way. In fact, throughout today, I've clicked on so many readings, and clicked out of them. I got so tired of listening to the drama and, like, I'm not the one that needs to be lectured here. I'm not talking crap on these readers. I'm just saying, I don't need to hear this. If anybody needs to be lectured, like, I already know all of this stuff. It's those energies. And so maybe those energies are so nosy that they're cross-watching, you know? And so here it's not even giving the side eye. All they get is a silhouette, and they know that, like, I'm doing well. I'm doing fine. All right. Ten of Wands in reverse. Yeah. And I've let go of them completely. All the cords, all of the, like, candle magic, you see? It seems like it's irrelevant here. If anything, all of that accumulated light and workings attributed to my own. You see? Like, just like that. I can see now how it all works out. Interesting. That's funny. So that's that energy. In fact, I'm already kind of bored doing this reading. I'm bored doing, like, what's what's happening with them. I just maybe there's something that I should know about their consequences. Is there like, does it require any of my involvement? Like, um, because I did run into one reader that I used to visit like a lot, but that was years and years and years ago when I first started, and she was well adept back then. So, but she doesn't show her face, and everybody knows her. And so I just didn't know if she was one of the ones that I could trust, you know? She's coming back into the picture after like so long out of freaking nowhere. So I don't know if she's one of those, I don't know if I should, you know, open, you know, any, even a smidgen of a door towards her. Because yesterday, the medium that came on here and said like, hey, beware, don't go out tomorrow, etc., etc., or which is today, right? Don't go out because somebody's gonna do something to your car, and um you know and then on January 16th, the meteor don't stay in home because a meteor is going to hit your house. So then I decided to double check that energy, the readings through my own. And it was like they were giving me like part of the story, and I think even at that, I think they were projecting a story. So long as I received it, it's almost like impressing, like projecting a future towards someone else. And so it just didn't feel normal. And because I kind of accepted the reading from somebody else, I was just curious what they had in mind. I didn't know that I could like find its way. It's through my realm, to kind of like what is it? Like plaster of Paris is to cement, that kind of energy. I didn't know that I didn't believe that anybody was gonna fuck with me like that. And so when I checked the energy, I was like, meteor. It gave me, I think, a King of Pentacles, which means that uh if it were to be true, something to be approached to my home on January 16th, it is a boss energy. It is a profitable energy. It is like it is not an asteroid. It is not a meteor. So that's why I said it's maybe is symbolic. And I try to keep open minded. I try to believe that practitioners will look out for each other, but this one is like, oh, just kidding, just kidding. You didn't let me finish. Look out for a Nissan Pulsar, and I'm like, okay. So when I touched base with Hecate, I had this strange feeling that when she was giving accolades or like gratitude, it was a sneaky way that Hecate was doing things, like throwing the ball back in their court. Let me read you, okay, as a gift. And and as but like the thank you also came off as sarcastic um from Hecate to them. And the good job accolades was like, good job, Tina, like you went along with it. And you play the game, but it wasn't according to their rules. Because when I was doing that reading, when I was getting messages from Hecate, that person fucking disappeared. Then I looked them up. Like moments ago, I just looked them up, and they have nothing about mediumship, not even other people's content. So I think there was some truth to the masks, like the intuitive drops on that. But I was just like, yeah. And I wanted to go out earlier today, but I didn't get the chance to really do that. I just wanted to prove that this fucker was wrong. And they didn't anticipate the fallback, because part of the downloads that I received is the people that would try to get away with things, they would likely either get ticketed or like in a car accident, or even like their tire flattened in the getaway. So it's like immediate karma. And so, yeah, I was curious to see how that was going to be, but I didn't go out. So, anyway, whatevs. Yeah, yeah, some people do need guidance. Mm-hmm. You had a meteor dream last night. Oh, thank you. Um, so, is that correct? Hekate? Okay, I want to get some feedback from Hekate because I really feel like it was just so strange. You know, when somebody's trying to give you a warning, and I only gave them a smidgen for that piece that day. When I corrected them, I could feel something also latch on to me that I had removed, and they disappeared. They completely disappeared. What's his name? Shaney O'Grady, whatever, with 4 digits following. I don't know. 7 of Cups and the Lover's card in reverse. This is telling me like that energy is a dime a dozen. Not relationship material, just looking to fuck around. And there's plenty of them. You know what I mean? This is a dime a dozen energy. Yeah. Okay. Anything else, Hekate, that you want to say? So, like, the way Hekate had me channel was almost like in code, to tell them off, basically. Oh, the tower moment. Yeah, they will be struck with discord. Hekate is gonna put Eris on this. In fact, I think Eris is on it already. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. This is Eris, goddess of chaos and destruction, as well as some items delegated or shared with the Morrigan, because what that energy was trying to do, and it's a call to like quiet sense, was trying to wage war. You know, trying to impress that onto any one of my days. Like that was a false alarm, like somebody trying to start shit. So yeah, Eris and the Morrigan. Okay, do you want to say something, Eris? What about you, the Morrigan? The Morrigan will give the floor to Eris. All right, so Eris, what do you want to say? Six of Swords and Queen of Swords. This is a truth teller. Like, I didn't leave out any gaps in the story of, interpretation. I didn't leave anything up for interpretation. That was all correct. I could feel it. Like, who the fuck warns you about something? And they say, oh, just kidding. Let me finish. I bet that's what they say when they fuck people. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't. You didn't let me finish. Sorry. Maybe that was a little bit Eris in there. But do you understand how crude the energy is? That's part of the channeling. That is part of the identity. So anyway, Six of Swords here. Okay, the Hermit in reversal. So, for this energy, they're going to encounter, some turbulence for sure. Mm. And they will be well aware of its causation. Six of Wands. And because of that, they will know as a trade-off, victory will come to me. Mm. It's like it's almost like again, bait and switch destiny swap on any one of your days, especially if like, how do I say it? When you work really hard to get to a certain position and given accolades by the divine, and it is unmistakable what kind of like fortune follows. Sometimes people bid on certain days of your of a certain time period. And I think, let me see here. It's the 10th already, yeah. Okay. And so I noticed this when I used to work in the office. Give me a second here. And so when visitors would come in, they were scheduled according to my presence there. Now I was in the office 5 days a week, but I could tell that the business, the way they ran the business, it had to do with um, energetic introductions in which to bid, like getting clients in, um, even if it's like um, part of the inner circle, part of the company, but from a distant location, from the home office or whatnot, they would bring these groupings in. And there was no real business conducted. Like, seriously, this could have been taken care of over a teleconference call. But they would come in and they would see um, the new resources, aka me. I am the newbie to the group. So they want to sense your energy, especially like when I'm catering, when I'm, delivering this and that, when I'm in closer proximity, when I'm there to do the meet and greet, when I'm there to you know, whatever. But that is to basically check out the commodity in which and their gifts, tapping into their auric fields to bid on that energy. Do you understand what I'm saying? So all of the energetic drain that I experience in that office, even out of office, but still working for the same entity, this is like deep occult bullshit. And so they would have the opportunity to come in and bid on um, these slave fixtures, basically, these newly inducted slave fixtures. And so I know that there's a connection there. Definitely. This is not a general reading. This is my reading on what are their consequences. I mean, it's structured so that you may learn from it too, but again, this is all about being in the position to affirm my value and my worth through doing me first. If there is an external that agrees that I am valuable enough to invest in, then then I am more willing to invest in an even exchange. But for now, this is about me and my life. um So, Six of Pentacles and Page of Wands. Reciprocation and the starting of something good here. Standing, ill intended. So this is basically hitting the refresh page with what has transpired. Like, I no longer need to dip into that energy. I no longer need to. But these are just recollections that, like, I can speak from experience. Anything else? Aries, what do you want to say about that energy? Five of Pentacles in reverse. Again, no lacking here. They want me to keep positive. They want me to focus on my better half. They want me to focus on good things, because the bullshit that went on no longer concerns me. Including that of yesterday's reading with that medium ship entry. One more from Eris. They're just saying, like, Tina, don't worry about it. Consider it handled. We are taking care of it. We're specialists in this arena. You need not be troubled by this. You should be very pleased that you can resource us and count on us, lean on us for such escapades. Yeah, hold aside the Empress. Hold aside, Tina. Like, seriously. Okay. That's it. Be objective. That's it. All right. So I think time for the takeaways now. Yes, it is. Okay. Start with this. Okay. So 2 for my Divine Collective. Oh, okay. First one. Okay, so this extroverted. 10 of Pentacles extroverted. Holy smokes. And the 4 of Cups in reversal. My Divine Collective, the ones that made the cut from... this has to be the ones that made the cut. Yes? Actually, this is a mix. So my Divine Collective is receiving a lot of coin because they made the right decision. They followed through. They did the work. Whatever this was, they passed the test, and here are the rewards. This is excellent. Bravo. Wow. Okay. Clarified by 7 of Swords in reverse. No bullshit, for sure. I have a wonderful Divine Collective then. I truly want to say it's those who made the cut in my favor, but it could also include others, a small ratio of others that didn't make the cut, but did, really work on something that warranted, the 10 of Pentacles. Whether that also be inheritance or whatever it is, like you follow through step by step on what you're supposed to do, even if it was inaction, even if it was like ignorance is bliss, trusting the realm will work itself out, and spirit will call me in, my guides will call me in when it's time. So there's that. Okay, so that's your first takeaway. ASMR. Yeah, think about it. The next step. All right, my Divine Collective second takeaway. Okay. Oh my God, it's a star extroverted. Holy crap. I really feel like the largest ratio here are the ones that made the cut in my favor. Like the final cut in my favor. This is stellar. Like you did an excellent job. Whatever it was, whatever you do, you're doing the thing. That thing in for sure. That's crazy. Yeah, this is more of an internal energy. This is you. This is, yeah, definitely. All right, your clarifier is the High Priestess in reverse. They're saying that you, with whatever you're doing, whatever you did, it kind of trumps like the High Priestess status. So, whoever it is that's like the know-it-all in your arena, or usually given accolades, like you trumped that energy in this round. Not that it was like a war, but I do feel like it was kind of like it's treated almost like a game, where it was assumed that this energy would be the winner. Like someone that knows the ropes, so they always get their way kind of energy. And so, like, you've trumped that. There's also another meaning here. No. No, no. Like the silence is deafening. Like almost like crickets. That's crazy. Okay. All right. So for my new and improved partner in peace and quiet, two takeaways for you. He said no. Hold on a second. um, two takeaways for my new and improved partner in peace and quiet. He said yes. Okay. All right. So first one, I think there was just hesitancy at first. Okay. Four of Wands extroverted. This is in-house, in-home, home and hearth, the feels. The attainment. The holding down the fort for sure. Okay, clarified by Hierophant. Oh, absolutely. He's holding down the fort. Yeah. This is very manly type of energy for sure. This is not like daddy's home. This is like daddy's always been home. But like and it has a dual sense to that, but it's it's holding down the fort for sure, and being very well respected. Like he gets his accolades as well, which is fantastic. All right, second takeaway for my new and improved partner in peace and quiet. So you know what? I think he has gained new title, like title to new leadership almost. Like it feels like almost like promotion, in-house promotion. It does feel like that. I don't know. Okay. Nine of Pentacles, extroverted in reversal. This is something about mind your own business type of energy. I don't think he's saying that to me though. No, he's not saying that to me. This is more like privacy. Instead of it being like a secret garden, this is like a private beach kind of energy. So it's like that. Clarified by It's definitely. I just heard a little buzzing. I don't know. It was weird. Eight of Swords in reversal, extroverted. So yeah, a sense of freedom. Um. So this, yeah, this energy is either like now this is part of the, no, I don't really feel like it's like a one-off retreat thing. I feel like this is a sense of ownership, private beach type of, like, where they can get away, where they can be free. Yeah, I think this, my partner in peace and quiet has been rewarded with the opportunity to purchase a private beach, some property, like a private beach property that they can, instead of like a, traditional vacation home, this is the arena of a private beach. This is so weird. I never, that's what it's saying, okay? All right. My first takeaway. Two of Pentacles, extroverted. Things are truly unbalanced, Tina. Things are truly unbalanced for me. Okay. All right, my clarifier to my first takeaway of the balance card, extroverted. The Wheel of Fortune in reverse. So what I'm getting here is a picture of the gears that are spinning that are not visible to the naked eye. So it's basically like seeing the clockwork of a watch on the outskirts, but knowing that there's internal motions that are happening, that are occurring, and that are kind of beyond my control. I'm getting like kinetic type of watch, but it's not 100% so. I don't do I only do paid readings right now. Yeah. So Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Okay, so let me get one more clarifier to that on the internal mechanisms here. You know what I heard? We're gonna rock it till the wheels fall off. Hold up. What is it? All these be thinking we're soft. Hold up. Next episode. That's what it is. Oh my gosh. For sure. Hangman, yeah. So just be objective. This is almost like, grandfather clock. Like, also, I understand. Like, I am part of that ticking time bomb type of energy. How crazy. That's so. What the heck? That's so weird. Okay. My second takeaway is. Nine of Swords in reverse. Don't stress. Gosh, Shayna, don't stress. Get your sleep, even if it's in increments, even if you're sleeping through, like, don't pay attention to other people's schedules. Those are other people's schedules. That suits them, okay? All right. So, clarifying this, Nine of Swords in reverse. These. Okay. In that sequence, okay. Seven of Cups, Two of Cups in reverse, and the World card in reverse. That's weird. Okay, so don't stress. Resources are coming through. Basically, like a lifetime supply of batches to come through. So like, don't worry about it. The kind of people that I'm going to meet, where I'm going to meet them, what's going to happen with this and that, resources, like totally valid batches are going to come through. It's not, what do I call it? This is kind of like, I don't know, it feels like it's kind of like a little bit like this perception, this illusion of the Hunger Games, but it's not quite so. It's like very much softened, rounded off to where it's almost like WandaVision. You see? Like, so not to stress because there are plenty of resources into like this DIY program. So I'm gonna be a programmer. This is crazy, okay. I don't know what uniform you're talking about. That is terrible, Amy. Um, I'm I stand firm. Um, only doing paid readings and as I'm called to. Yeah. There's been too many people that have fucked around with my energy. And so that's that. All right. So my third takeaway. Oh, in uniform? Is that where they like flash? I don't remember. Okay. So my third takeaway. Yeah. I am feeling someone else's sadness here. Like just like I can feel the frown on my face. It's weird. And it's happened like from midpoint to even now. I'm just trying to like brush it off. But Eight of Cups, right? Eight of Cups. Okay. So it's leaving what? Leaving some noise. Leaving noise as permits. Eight of oh my gosh, this is a quiet leave. Like this is like I forget what you call it when you exit a party and you do it like you sneak out. I forget what they call that. They have it in one of the episodes of The Office, where Jim tries to like exit. I think I remember that. I don't remember, but this is like the most efficient route, like leaving with dignity, and saving face, and everybody's enjoying their time, and it's just like I'm not gonna throw a wrench in anybody's gears. I'm just gonna like slowly exit. That's what it feels like. I don't know what all of this is, but I think in sequence to this energy here, where resources and batches will come through, like a lifetime supply of it. Don't stress out. This is like, don't stress out about um all of my relationships. Like, of course, treat it with care. Of course, have mutual respect. But if somebody doesn't check the primary boxes, it's I don't especially like it's the first date, it's a blind date, whatever. And there's red flags straight up, like just exit the date early. You know what I mean? There's And again, if there's signs of danger, exit, quietly. There's no obligation to compromise my happiness at this point. There are some non-negotiables, and there needs to be no quarrel with almost all of them. And yeah, this is the practice of leadership, you know. It's not being avoidant. It's more like you're going to meet a lot of people in this round. Moving forward, I'm going to meet a lot of people. And so, you know, I think there's a trend on like Instagram where there's a caption where like when I give someone like a minute of my time, like to hear their story, then they talk about like, I don't know what, but you stuck there. You're stuck there. You're stuck there. It's like, no, 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 no. We're not doing anything like that. Not here forward, okay? So there's that. So that's master number 88 here. It's a master spiritualist. But I want to get one more. On WandaVision. Aren't you curious? I'm curious. Iris, goodbye. Someone responded in the comments. There, you are living proof that I don't only have bots. I hear. That's so crazy. That's so crazy. That's what it was. Hmm. No, I'm not eating Doritos this late at night, but a healthy version of some kind of chip. Canadian High, is that one? Okay. All right. So I want to find out a little bit more about my WandaVision realm. Like, for real. That's interesting. Five of Swords. This is definitely having the upper hand. Like, this is insane. Okay. Feels like a lot of power. Like, I do as I please. Knight of Wands in reverse. Yeah, this is game time. This is game time. What the heck does that mean? Okay. He said leave things up for some mystery, you know? It makes it more fun that way. Yeah. All right, I'm going to say thank you very much for all donations provided in and of light and love that reciprocate equally and therefore abundantly. But now that this reading is officially over, I call back all my power, energy, essence, gift, strength, properties, passions, pursuits from those that call upon cash, generate, bring, magnify, multiply, or any variation thereof the aforementioned ill will, intent, thought form, pattern, and or entity to pass through the white light of the Holy Spirit for cleansings, for blessings, for reformatting to love and light energy, and then to be refortified in me, only me, hassle free, no doubt, no attachment, except for all bonus points included. Thanks so much. Upon closing the portals in these readings, I send all energies back to their appropriate locations outside of mine with their appropriate karmas due, assisting with a sequence of rollout and light and love. I close the portals in these readings now.